All these cops around in a circle, some silent, some leaning in with cynical quips.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at the Olivia Benson quotes that stole the show. Since we'll be contextualising each moment, prepare for some spoilers.
Did I strike a nerve?
Number 10, calling out a sexist patrol officer. She paints for vengeance. There's no excuse for any form of attack, regardless of a person's life choices. Unfortunately, even those in positions of authority can't overlook their prejudice.
I called the club manager. Turns out she was making the whole thing up. Just looking for a payday.
Who, Jared? He's ex-NYPD. Are you looking out for him or her?
While investigating an assault on a sex worker, Olivia notices a patrol officer hasn't done his due diligence. Realising he doesn't value the woman's life, she puts the officer in his place.
Do me a favor. Have your captain call me.
She follows it up with a more cutting one-liner to Finn, who shares her sentiment.
One of these dinosaurs gonna die out.
No time soon, they have no natural predator.
It shows that more than 2 decades since the character's debut, Olivia's sense of justice remains as strong as ever. Her comment also rings true, since the patrol officer's behaviour is shared by certain people in real life too. Number 9, telling it how it is, patrimonial burden. A good detective trusts their gut. Olivia relies on this instinct first and foremost. It's what empowered her to rise the chain of command, and she stamps her authority when Sergeant Dodds speaks out a line.
Again, the family won't cooperate. We're going around in circles.
Hey, Dodds, you made your point.
Benson's assertiveness enables her to make her point, especially against someone less experienced than her. While offering guidance to Dodds later, she also lets him know how it works around the SVU and why she's so good at her job.
Look, Dodds, there's 2 things that you need to know about me. First, I like an open and free exchange of ideas.
I picked up on that one.
And second, I'm usually right.
Olivia's words of encouragement ease the burden on Dodd's mind, showing us that she's as wise as she is sassy.
You're off to a good start. You don't have to knock it out of the park in your first few weeks, you know?
Number 8, blunt interrogation tactics. Charisma. The team discovers the workings of a dangerous cult leader named Abraham, who plans on killing more. Despite knowing he's apprehended her daughter, Abraham's wife Cindy refuses to reveal their location. Olivia recognizes the intense effect of Abraham's gaslighting on Cindy, but desperate times call for some savage tactics.
Belonged to John, your husband. The one that you said abandoned you 10 years ago?
With time ticking before they can rescue Cindy's daughter, Olivia isn't in the mood for any excuses. Sensing Cindy's resistance, Olivia has a few blunt words to throw her way.
You accusing my client of murder? No. Just of being stupid. And gullible.
Benson wants Cindy to face the truth, even if it means being harsh and unsympathetic. When the going gets tough, no one plays bad cop better than Olivia Benson.
He killed your husband. The father of your child. What exactly does he have to do for you to stop defending him?
Number 7, no sympathy, her negotiation. Olivia's interrogation style usually involves mind games, but she mixes it up with good old-fashioned intimidation. Her target here is the demented and violent William Lewis, so her aggression isn't unwarranted. Aware of Lewis's heinous actions toward a female victim, Olivia can barely contain herself from taking matters into her own hands.
He's a flight risk.
2 minutes ago, you were willing to let him walk out of here.
I agree. Defendant is released on his own recognizance. Case to be set over for trial.
Considering Lewis's sadistic streak and lack of remorse, we're inclined to feel just as angry as Olivia is. While he thinks he can get away with playing coy, Olivia is onto his act.
Yeah, thanks for the sympathy.
Sympathy?
What you did to her, you look at it and kick your teeth in.
Since she deals with all kinds of criminals, Olivia knows a creep when she sees one. After trying to rattle her with graphic details of maltreatment, Lewis realizes he's met his match, as Olivia refuses to break.
You want the emotion?
I do.
So tell me more.
Number 6, a lesson in respect, unintended consequences. Using technicalities doesn't work on the SVU team. So when a drug dealer claims he isn't responsible for a young girl's death, it doesn't help his case.
Not like I'm Facebook friends with everybody I meet.
How about those who buy the crap you're selling?
His colourful language when referring to the victim irks everyone else as well. Along with justifying his behaviour, he makes light of someone's demise.
It killed her.
Look, I never sold to the bitch.
But are you trying to go to jail?
All right, I never sold to the young lady.
Unfortunately for him, the no-nonsense Olivia Benson isn't as lenient as the others are. Wasting no time, she gives the man a dressing down to teach him a lesson in respect.
Who's she?
I'm the bitch that's gonna smack your pretty face next time I hear you say ho.
Walking out after shutting him up completes what is one of Benson's biggest power moves. We never see the character again, but we don't doubt he'll think before he speaks from here on out. Number 5, mic drop moment, mother. There isn't much to explain when found in a compromising position without your trousers. However, some weirdos still look for an excuse. The team executes a bust of an underground racket, arresting men guilty of holding a woman against her will. When one of them attempts to talk his way out, Olivia doesn't mince her words.
I was just trying to help her up.
With your penis?
It's a much-needed light moment in an otherwise heavy-handed episode. Her comment seeps the tension away, serving up an unexpectedly humorous scene. But with no trace of amusement on Olivia's face, her remark is clearly intended as an insult to the man's character, and rightfully so.
It's one of the victims?
No, the expert witness, Dr. Greta something.
Greta Heinz.
Number 4, tiny details, bedtime. Getting a suspect to blab is a skill of its own. Olivia Benson has this in spades. The detective fabricates a different identity to catch serial killer and assailant Ned Bogdan in the act.
I don't know where I'm gonna go, and I don't have any money to buy food. Please, I'm in a lot of trouble.
While that's impressive, pushing Bogdan's buttons in the interrogation room is even better. Every criminal has a weakness, and Olivia looks for Bogdan's. Recognizing his insecurities behind all his bravado, Benson cuts him down to size.
You know, well, in my experience, it's guys who brag about their conquests that usually fall a little short below the belt.
The bad guy has no answer to her creative insults.
And Jane was gonna splash it all over the front page. Of course, she'd have to use small print.
It isn't long before he confesses and spills all the beans as Olivia's jabs hit him everywhere she wants to. Number 3, who's the boss? Undercover. Easily among the most harrowing episodes in the series, Olivia poses as an inmate in Undercover.
What's my name?
Katrina Ray Lewis. I hereby sentence you to 5 years at Sealview Correctional Facility.
The protagonist looks to weed out a guard harassing women at the facility. Benson finds herself suffering under the prison's extreme conditions, particularly from guard captain Lowell Harris. Harris's power within the facility's walls gives him a superiority complex as he exerts his will without consequence.
Who started this? This one. Okay. Looks like you're going to the hall.
Olivia's ordeal goes from bad to worse, but she catches the villain in the end. It's not quite the moment of triumph because of how close Harris comes to mistreating Olivia. Still, she does get the final word in, and we're all here for it.
Who's the bitch now?
Number 2, it's Detective, not Miss. Sophomore Jinx. Just like you wouldn't refer to a doctor or a judge as Miss, you better address Detective Olivia Benson like you're supposed to. The character respects those who deserve it and demands respect in her own right.
Flowers of evil. How appropriate.
Those who dare cross her get shut down the way only Benson knows how. While interrogating a suspect, Olivia and her team cut no corners.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Could you roll up your sleeve, please?
It's kind of like a bad French film noir, isn't it?
Benson is the one who takes charge, intimidating the man enough for his lawyers to step in. Of course, he gets shut down instantly.
Come on, miss, you're badgering my client.
It's detective, not miss. And we're not in court, counselor. We're in my house. Why don't you save your lawyering for somebody who gives a damn?
With Benson particularly seething, not offering any retort is the smartest thing the lawyer can do at that moment. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Olivia doesn't appreciate Hubert's jokes. Pixies. Don't try to get funny with Detective Benson.
Is that what this is all about?
That sense of humor is going to serve you well with your bunkmates up in Attica.
Calling out a liar. Prodigy. Nothing goes past Olivia.
Don't tell me you just had it detailed.
It's funny you should say, because I was about to, but someone swiped it.
Joe, can you breathe without lying?
Intimidating an assailant. Surrender Benson. She's in control even at gunpoint.
You think that you've put people through hell? It will rain back down on you.
Olivia the Heartbreaker. Tunnel blind. Benson and romance don't match.
By the way, I'm divorced.
Well, don't look at me. Might as well toss your heart into a wood chipper.
Taking the bad guy down, decaying morality. She's a woman on a mission.
Gotta wipe that smile off that son of a bitch's face.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, a burn to remember. Slaves. SVU has featured many despicable villains for over a quarter of a century, but we'd argue its vilest character appeared in the first season. Abductor and serial assaulter Randolph Moreau's crimes can cause anyone to recoil in disgust.
What did we discuss about the blinds?
You like them drawn halfway during the afternoon?
And what time's it now?
3:30, Mr. Morrow.
Could you adjust them, please?
Yes, sir.
The character's smarmy attitude and disrespect towards women garner Olivia's contempt, and with Moreau in custody, she fully intends to make him squeal. The villain lives up to his dastardly reputation, throwing a misogynistic remark at our heroine. However, Benson has an instant comeback ready that Moreau definitely didn't see coming.
Honey, I'd like a mineral water, no ice.
And I'd like your balls in a blender, but ain't life a bitch.
Considering how much he enjoys lording over women, Olivia's remark is like a well-overdue slap in the face.
I've got some typing to catch up on.
Along with being a top-level detective, Benson proves she's also the queen of the burn. Can you think of any other Olivia Benson clapbacks? Let us know in the comments.
I go where I'm told.
You go where you're not going to get your ass kicked.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.